Hello and welcome to Storm of Zehir, and this will be part 2. In the previous part, we started the adventure by having a shipwreck and some hostile individuals facing us on the beach, just to be saved by someone who was equally hostile, but at least didn't attempt even, I think it's called, to kill us. Um, Not immediately, but in any case. As far as the rumors go, they seem quite keen on the idea of doing us in if they get an excuse to do so. Okay, let's head outside. We have to speak to Lady Sasani.
And you're certain no progress has been made since then?
Yes, my lady. Once the business at the keep was established, it seems they vanished. I've heard little talk about it since.
Sasani, I object. This traveler's information is suspect at best. Who knows but that he didn't hear your name and contact you hoping for coin?
You forget yourself, Nasirin. Master Volo was sent here by our associate, Ilfos, and this news is grave. And combined with recent events, it foretells things I am displeased to hear. But, aha! I see other survivors have seen fit to make an appearance. Wise of them. Volo, we shall discuss this more later. Nasirin, see to repairing your tone when you address me next. And Luare, I shall review your report on the wreck later.
Yes, my lady.
Yes, Lady Sasani. No problem at all.
Of course, my lady Sasani. I am at your disposal.
That was our cue, by the way.
Welcome, travelers. I am Sasani, owner of this mercantile house, and it was a ship under my employ that you were traveling on, the ill-fated Vigilant. You may have noticed that the guards will not let you leave the city. Not that they wouldn't love to see you slain by the denizens of the wilderness, but they'd much rather do the job themselves. And with enough time, and without my protection, they will.
So, what must we do to gain your protection?
You approach this wisely. That is fortunate. It may be that our meeting can have mutual benefit beyond what I had at first surmised. The Council of Samarak will not allow me to protect you unless you are under my employ, and if the guards do not see you perform this part, they will kill you at the slightest hint of suspicion. Fortunately, I have tasks that need doing, and I believe your resilience will help you to fill that role.
I'll assist you, but I'm afraid I'm not very well equipped at the moment. If you could offer some gold to help with this, I'd be grateful.
A practical suggestion. You have foreseen the next step in my plans, and I presume this means you've agreed to the arrangement. There are a pair of tasks I should ask your assistance with, both of which require you to return to the scene of the shipwreck. Undoubtedly, you are not fond of this location, but it cannot be helped.
Let me guess, you're interested in the lost cargo.
A reasonable deduction indeed. You may well succeed at this operation. That ship was carrying a number of goods valuable to my operation here. It would distress me if they were to be lost. If you were to return and acquire as much salvageable cargo as you were able, I should be pleased with the results.
It is unlikely the goods would survive for very long under the current conditions, and the Batiri probably stole some, but I'll see what we can do. What's next?
The wreck. I am convinced it was not an accident, but I lack proof to support this theory. Take this report, investigate the area, and document what you find. The authorities will see this as a harmless insurance investigation, but it will tell me far more. Here, this ring shall prove that you are under my employ, and this gold should be sufficient to allow you to properly equip yourselves before you venture out of the city. While you are at the wreck site, see if you can find any additional survivors, and be wary. It seems both our fortunes have not been promising recently. I would be careful for any threats that seem intent on continuing that trend.
Cool. As you can see, there was a tutorial concerning trading, and we'll get to that. The short version is we now have this cargo thing here where we can carry stuff. We have trade bars and we have cargo. Trade bars have a predetermined value, and we trade cargo for trade bars, which we can then later trade for gold. It's a bit convoluted, but trade bars are used as the trading currency between the towns and whatnot you can trade with. It becomes much more obvious as we progress. But we got that ring. It gives some extra points, so get. Don't know why it's doing that. You know what? Because we're in the trade interface, apparently it shuts down everything. You can have that.
Yes.
Examine. AC bonus 1 deflection plus 5 hit points. Here he likely needs the hit points more than any of the others. Have we got anything else? We got 2,000 gold to buy some stuff from. Something else I should mention, we have the Wondrous Items recipe book, Armor recipe book, Weapon recipe book, Genre recipe book, and Traps and Alchemy recipe book. You can buy various different recipes, and once you buy them, they will appear here, and then when you need to craft stuff, it's basically about having the materials you need, go to a crafting station, and then double click on any of the recipes you may have, and that will allow you, assuming that everything is fulfilled, to craft whatever you're trying to craft. Much more simplified version than in the base game, but yeah, again, something we'll get to when we get to it. You can likely get more. I have disabled item usage. I don't want them to use an item of exquisite value on a rat. So,
Well now, what do you want?
we need to buy some stuff, and we have a few options, but we also have to speak to certain people.
Greetings to you again, good travelers. Quite a place, Semagal, don't you think?
I haven't decided yet.
Guarded response. Aye, friend, that's wise of you. No snap judgments, just calm and steady. Wise indeed.
I'll speak to you later. Of course, Mr. Nasivin, he's a friendly bunch, I was about to say.
What do you want?
Who are you? I'm not in the business for introducing myself to ignorant travelers, but my name is Nasivin, and that's all about me I shall bother to tell you. Clear often. You are a far wonder, whatever.
Hello again. How are you doing?
Much better than on the beach. Yes, that was quite dreadful. Okay, what are you doing here? I'm a loyal employee of Lady Sasani and Master Nasavin, and this merchant company, of course. I act as trade supervisor for large deals, like the one I oversaw in Cannonport. If only it had ended up working out better, all that cargo lost. Yeah, well, bye-bye. Of course, he looks injured because he just gained 5 hit points that wasn't healed in the process, which I find interesting. So, yeah. Merchant guard doesn't want to speak to us because he's preoccupied with his own whatever. Entry into crafting stations. You know what? Not yet. We don't need to go in there yet. Shrine of Wokin, which of course is a temple kind of thing. Then we have this little interesting lady here.
Well, well. You don't look like you belong here, little magpie. A recent import to the friendly shores of Samarak. What do you think, Artiok, my pearl?
You'll have to excuse him, he always gets a little jealous when I pay attention to other men. So, little bird, What makes you fly over to my store? Something catch your eye, perhaps? I'm Virginia, as they call me here. That delicious jade tiger there's Arctic, my bodyguard. I'm a merchant of my own renown, known in what circles I seek to be. Connections I have of all kinds, we sparrow, with many pockets and many minds. What do you do here? If I get some nouns, try again. If I get some names wrong, then I do apologize. Oh, dabble in the rabble, selling, buying, collecting things of interest, and occasionally I seek a willing friend to line their palms with coins in exchange. Task strange but not terrible, I assure the little word. You mentioned tasks. I did, you heard right, my eager bird. Things I could use, for gold you could use, perhaps, I think. There's a creature in the plains, Balarak, the ferocious, a diabol of great strength. Ravages he the fields of spice farmers and gores itinerant cattle to death, as if cursing them for their domesticity. There's a bounty on his head and power in his tusks. Those on the black market, they won't pay you bounty, but they will pay it to me. I know, and I will advance you that money. And the tusks that have power, those I shall pay you for as well. But beware Balarak's anger, little pigeon. With you he will not parley. No, what can I do for you, my wee bird? You can show me what you have for sale. She has magical stuff for sale, which we don't necessarily want to spend money on now. That was wrong, actually, because may as well get a bit of discount, right?
Lavinia is glad to see you again. What does the sparrow need that we can accommodate?
He just happened to have some appraisal skills, so get a bit of discount. Most of the stuff we don't necessarily want because it's too expensive. We have 2,000 gold. You have to be careful about not splashing out too much. But there's a wizard hat here. Gives +2 to concentration and 73 gold. We can likely live with that. Come on. And then of course a swashbuckler's hat, which gives diplomacy +2, which we can also buy for 73 gold even. Wizard's hat can go to a wizard, and a paladin can get the spiffy swashbuckler hat. Likely some other interesting things that you can buy, but I'm not overly keen on that right now. Thankfully she has normal versions of weapons. So he's got a sword and he's got a shield, that's perfectly fine. I set this character as dual wielding and he is specializing in rapiers. Well, he will be. Spoiler, spoiler. So let's buy a rapier and then needs an offhand kukri. I'm fairly sure in other games it's an exotic weapon. Maybe I'm wrong, but whatever the case, what makes kukris special is their high threat range, 18 to 20 instead of 19 to 20. So having that in its offhand is okay idea. This is the reason why I'm going to babysit this character an awful lot, probably more than I want to, because when it's set to the AI, he will just charge in like a complete gung-ho idiot. And of course, because he's a rogue, he will do sneak attack damage, and you want to constantly reposition him to take advantage of the sneak attack damage, but also the fact that he's a rogue, so he's got virtually no armor, as of yet at least. So yeah, it's going to be annoying. I'm sort of tempted to keep him at range, but even though you can sneak attack with a longbow or with arrows even, it is much simpler to set up in melee, of course. Anyway, shield, heavy shield. No, we already got one. That's under armor, of course. If I had to, that's what I did once. I can just have a shield from the cleric. I may want a weapon for her as well. Mace or Morningstar, whatever is available. Mace. Just so she's got them. Anything else we want from... Nope, don't think so. But here are recipes. Amulet health +2, natural armor +1, belt of agility, bracelets of armor, cloak of charisma. May as well buy them, because they are not that expensive. And we have them. I'm fairly sure that you don't blow them once you use them. This is why I find it rather interesting that there are several available here. Composite longbow. 3 composite longbow, 4 composite longbow, blah blah blah, whatever. Likely never need these, but may as well just get them. Stone of Alarm will allow us to rest in locations where we can't rest normally, but it's used. It's a one-use item, I meant to say. That was difficult to say. But I managed to get it set. So, there's another vendor here. There's 2 vendors which are completely irrelevant, but then Iram vendor.
Clever choice, traveler. Dispense with the frippery of those around you. Ignore their seagull cries. You want things you can use, do you not?
Show me where else. He hasn't got anything I particularly care about, but he's likely to have some. That's what I should get. I forgot about that because I'm an idiot. Light crossbow and some bolts. Yeah, and then some bullets for the cleric. You pay 5 gold for 99. You're not paying 99 times 5. That would be rather expensive. You could possibly use some spare arrows in case I decide to keep him as range, depending on how suicidal he is. So we can quickly trade these around. I don't particularly want my wizard to go into melee if he can stay at range with a light crossbow and pepper targets with bolts. Okie dokie, usable things. Trinkets and miscellaneous. And he has some extra recipes which we're just going to buy. Just to have them. Come on. I'm wondering even, I think it's gone. Are these one-use items?
What do you want?
I know they're one-use items. What I meant to say was, are they... No, there seems to be multiple available, so let's get a few. 5 will hopefully do. But if you look at weapon recipe now, examine. Try again. Open it. Recipe composite longbow. Examine. Location needed, none. Items needed, 1 timber. Feats required, none. Skill banks required, craft weapon 5. Cost 100 gold pieces. This bow allows the wielders to add part of their strength modifier to damage dealt. So basically, if we are in the right spot, having the right materials, and we got the money to spare, we can just make one, but we haven't got any timber, so. But that's how it works, and I find it much more enjoyable instead of you having to carry around 17 different books, trying to
Well,
remember
believe me.
what book contains the recipe for the one thing you want to make use of.
Well,
Anyway,
well. What do you want?
there's one more we can talk to before we set out. Or heading outside, I think it's called. Where are you? It's her. Of course, we got this little friend over here.
The blessings of Uteo be upon you, travelers. What can this humble servant do for you?
It's odd for a priest of Uteo to be found outside the city of Metro, isn't it?
Quite so. Yushai and I are impressed by your knowledge. The great father of dinosaurs appeared to me and stretched out his long claws to Samago, and thus I went. As the city says, if I were not meant to be here, I would not be. Thus, to continue, how can this one help you?
What do you do here?
Healing, and observation of things which are pleasing to the eyes of Upteo, traveler. Thus, to continue, how can this one help you?
Nothing right now. I mentioned it in the introduction video. You can hire cohorts, as they're called. This is basically mercenaries. And there are different types of mercenaries available. I'm not too bothered about getting one hired right now, but if I actually remember where the heck I'm supposed to... There we are. Where I'm supposed to go. Oh. Bounty Collector Quizzy.
I greet you, travelers. Do your weapons mean you have wares for me?
Okay. I don't see much of a store around you. What do you buy? I collect the evidence of your kills, traveler. That's which the Samarakans fear, even in their cities, the beasts they cannot control. I collect the bounties of their flesh and pay you in coin. This is all they trust of us, Chashala, our violence and our hunting. I will be out there myself, save for the wound in my leg that must first heal, so while I rest they have hired me to examine the kills of bounty hunters to make sure they are legal. Survival. The area around here is full of creatures. Are there any specific ones they fear? All seem to trouble the people of Samarak, but at times more seem to bother them than others. I shall let you know if they are offering more than the usual coin. Speak to me again should you have something to offer, and here's a satchel for the evidence for such. In the meantime, good day and good hunting to you. What's the latest bounties? Boundaries? Huh. The spiders of an alarming size seem to plague the wilderness of this nation, Hunter. Should you reduce their number by 8, their price should reflect a grateful summer. That's all for now, thank you. I'm fairly sure the game doesn't update you on bounty progression. I could be mistaken.
Yes.
As I said, I played a bit. I didn't play an awful lot. But just enough to get a feel for this game. You can use a shield while using a sling.
Yes?
I will allow you to use your rapier and your kukri, but first time you go suicidal on me, I'm going to be annoyed. Come on. Thank you.
I believe so.
Indeed. So it's time to head out, and I will save before we head out because I'm a coward. So, time to show the main difference between this game and the normal Neverwinter Nights. Go ahead, map. You are entering the overland map for the first time. You will travel between the various locations in almost here on the overland map, and can explore to discover hidden secrets, adventures, and encounters along the way. Your movement speed on the overland map varies based upon the type of terrain you are traversing. For instance, you will move much more quickly on the road than you will in swamp. You will also see hostile, unusual, and special encounters on the overland map, indicated by rings underneath their feet, colored red, yellow, and blue respectively. Hostile encounters will attempt to detect you when you are nearby, and if they can find you, they will move to attack you. You can use your skills to avoid detection by random encounters, or you can choose to run away from them. They will eventually give up trying to chase you. All hostile encounters have an encounter level, or EL. This number indicates the difficulty of the encounter. An encounter of a given EL is an appropriate challenge for a party of the corresponding level. For instance, an EL4 encounters an appropriate challenge for a party of level 4 characters. Encounters with a higher EL than your party's level may be extremely difficult, however you will receive a larger experience reward for defeating encounters with a higher EL. Next. And then it goes on with the different skills and kind of stuff that's relevant for the party leader. So while we are traversing, we want our rogue to be the party leader.
I would say yes.
And then we'll head out. You can see 2 patrols, nothing special. Of course, we have the map of the overland map. This is why we need to go to the shipwreck. So we may bump into something on the way and we may not. Knowles. Can we encounter you guys? Hide success. I want to fight you. Counter band of Knowles. Time to fight. I need some experience to get to the next level. So we get into this encounter and we have an enclosed area where we see our friendly Knowles. Unfriendly Knowles as it is. And then we can engage them. So. Wrong character.
Do your weapons, and don't let up. Attack!
I had deliberately disabled all oddities with my didn't I? Why the hell? Blah, he's used to. I'm fairly sure I had him to no item use. I set it to disable on all. Okay, apparently it didn't. I hit the scaled casting mode and hit the all button. Item usage off. Thank you very much. I know I set those two. Don't want them. Scaled casting mode. Thank you very much.
Damnation!
I want him to scribe a fireball score, so I don't have to learn it. So, I mean, it was kind of of him to. Okay. Okay, can you
Fight, my friends.
run over there? Send the powder in to attack, and then you can run behind the altar instead.
We've got company over here.
Yeah, indeed. Lovely. Intriguing. Did she spontaneously
Oh, yes.
convert a spell herself? She must have done. Clerics, druids, and it's clerics and druids. They can convert their spells to any member spell to a similar level spell of something else. Good clerics can convert any spell into a healing spell of the same level. Evil clerics can convert a damaging spell or any spell into a damaging spell or harm spell, whatever, of the same level, and druids can convert any spell into a summoning spell of a similar level. She must have done that by her own means, because I'm fairly sure I did not. Indeed, I did not do that. So, I mean, she did cast Hold Person, so.
I believe so.
Anyway, we need so little experience now. So that's how the encounter system works. And when we come back, we are going to head down to the shipwreck and see what we can find out about that area. And until then, thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time. Bye bye.